We are back, and pardon me for last week for not being here. This is the Black Raspberry Radio Show, brought to you by S.STREET Media, produced by Mathematics, and brought to you by 905fm.net. Hello, people. You have just heard Marvin Gaye from 1971, Motown artist. I had looked this song up. This song went #1 R&B. And it went #9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song went platinum, and this song was on the What's Going On album, which came out like 1970, 1971. And Barry Gordy did not want to release this album because he did not want Motown to go into the social change of, I guess, activism. You know, he wanted to keep it shooty-doo-wop. But thank God that Barry Gordy released this album to the world. And this is one of the highest selling albums of all time, along with that whack Thriller album by Michael Jackson. And the Saturday Night Fever. And also, I think the Eagles, one of the Eagles albums is up there. This is one of the albums that sold over 25 to 27 million records. Well, today, my partner in crime, the Batman, is not here, but introduce yourself, sister.
Hello. My name is Crystal Snow Jordan, a.k.a. Marbury Illustrations, a.k.a. Crystal Clear Motion Shots.
Right. She's an artist, people.
Yes.
And it's about time that I got, I guess, a female on the show. You know, this is my second female on the show with my one of my best friends, my señorita friend, Jackie. Truly, she's a soul singer, Spanish singer, R&B singer, a great singer. But I'm so happy that we have the female perspective. We have the Eve.
Absolutely.
We have the Eve perspective other than the Adam.
Yes, ladies, y'all pull up to the table, please.
Right. You know what's crazy? Last night, as I was looking at The Walking Dead for the 5th time, because I kept falling asleep looking at The Walking Dead, and it's like I'm giving you, what's up, Mashuma? She favors Mashuma a little bit.
I don't know who that is. I don't even watch The Walking Dead.
She's a person of African descent on the show. I don't want to say she's a Yankee American or Caribbean American or a British American, but a black woman with dreadlocks with a sword. She's bad.
Yes,
she cuts those zombies
up. That's me,
up.
y'all. That's if you guys watch The Walking Dead and you think about me, that's me.
That's her.
What's her name again?
Mashuma.
Shout out to you.
Yes, she's the one that played Tupac's mother in the Tupac movie.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, come on,
That's
sister.
terrible, right?
Yes.
That's terrible, y'all. Please forgive me.
Some black films, ma'am, I think that Negroes should see. Not just you, but I think the Negro should see.
I agree, but the only thing is you have to understand that there's a lot of films that we know about, but we're not ready to view them because we haven't evolved into that person yet.
Right.
I give you an example, like the Biggie Smalls movie. That's just one. I know Biggie Smalls movie wasn't all that good.
It wasn't.
It wasn't all that good, but let me give you a better example. My mom made me watch Malcolm X when I was like 10.
Right.
That wasn't a good idea.
Why not?
I wasn't ready. I went to school hating all the white people.
Okay, 92 was a different time.
So we need to go. So I need to give you something more up to date.
No, I'm not saying that. I think that more of the white hate from black people.
Give me your top 10 list of movies top 3 movies that you feel all black. Well, was 10? Is 10 enough? God, y'all, he's gasping. Is 10 too many?
I think that I could throw you 10, but let's go with 5.
All right, we'll go with. I need your top 5 movies that you feel all
Negroes.
I don't like that word. Is that
why
bad?
not? I'm such a civil rights kind of guy.
I hate that word Negro because it just reminds me of like getting beat with like sticks and water hoses put on us.
Right. So,
but I really don't like the word.
Should I say black?
Either. No, I don't like that either.
Colored?
Oh God.
I mean, I could go back to
no,
Jim
don't say
Crow.
that. No, okay. We'll use Negro
because I think
Negro. You know what catches people's attention.
What the Negro?
When you say that word, you have all my attention because I'm like, what is he talking? Why is he saying that?
Right. The top 5 movies that Negroes
should have seen.
Period.
Period.
Color Purple coming in at number 5.
That's a good one.
Malcolm X coming in at number 4.
Okay.
New Jack City at number 3.
You really gonna put New Jack City at number 3 with all the drugs and sex
I'm going
and
to
stuff?
put Boys in the Hood
At number 2?
at number 2.
That's
and
terrible.
my number 1 Negro movie that one should see. Wow. Because I would have put each one of those ones that I just mentioned. You know what? I'm going to go with Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. Let me go with that one then at number 1.
For number 1?
But why would you disrespect? Because I think it's like an utter disrespect of New Jack City. Why would you do that?
It's not a disrespect. It's just that it reflects a negative, of our culture more. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. There's a lot of messages in there.
Right.
But they're messages that we see every day just by waking up and opening our eyes. For a lot of people, I just don't. Can you put something else?
Every story. No, I think that every story should be told. All right, let me throw this one at you. I think that every Negro now, because I have a 15-year-old child that went all the way back further in the series, because I started truthfully at episode 3, Snowfall. Oh God! It comes on Fox. FX,
it's a series.
Yes.
What is that about?
Snowfall is about when the CIA needed to sell drugs to fund a war against the communists in Nicaragua, and they sold boatloads of cocaine to the Negroes.
And that sounds like a great series. This is my only problem. A lot of people that might watch that, one of the series that I'm watching right now that has something to do with drugs and all that other stuff, street life, is the Godfather of Harlem.
Yes, with Bumpy Johnson, Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker is playing Bumpy Johnson.
Yes, he is.
The reason
all
why
praises due to Bumpy Johnson, though.
Yes, shout out to Bumpy Johnson. The reason why I love that so much is because it gave me the perspective of how, to me, really, the drug dealers are the ones funding everything. Because I was looking at the politics, how he got Malcolm X to go into the church and preach, but he had to do something for one of the politicians to get that to happen.
Adam Clayton Powell.
I didn't know that things like that happen.
Right.
So I think a lot of us don't know that things like that happen.
Right.
We just know the street part of it.
So what do you feel? I mean, like, let's take a positive example. Even though Bumpy Johnson was pushing heroin in the street,
yes,
I think that his blackness of you Italians is not going to run all this illegal business up here in Harlem.
Yes.
I wrote an essay in school that if it wasn't for Bumpy Johnson, for some way I put Bumpy Johnson and Idi Amin. Bumpy Johnson, Idi Amin, and Farrakhan and Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam would not have got that colored guy. Now notice how I said I went from Negro to colored. It wouldn't have got that colored guy in the White House.
How do you figure?
The protests, the empowerment of the Negro got Barack there. If it wasn't for Bumpy and his
they've been empowering Negroes for how many years, and it took that long.
And that's what happened. It took that long. Yeah.
So we got to wait another that long to get what? What's next?
Do you think America? They said Barack was selected, not elected. Do you think that America would select a Negro of Dred Scott descent into the office?
Absolutely. Yes, I do.
How, ma'am?
I don't even believe that voting is real. But I will tell you guys, I've only voted once in my life, and that was for Barack Obama, and I'm 37 years old.
Right.
It's the only reason I voted, because I saw a black face.
Right. Do you think that the president did anything for the Negroes in America in his 8-year span that it was something great, other than, I guess, him signing those papers, releasing those first-time offenders for crack cocaine?
I'm going to give you an honest answer, and y'all might not like it out there. I don't feel like he did anything for us particularly, but I think that he implemented some things that helped different types of minority groups, not just blacks.
Right.
Gays.
Like the gays, because the money that they funneled through for his promotion. Yeah.
And this is why I don't believe in voting. And I'm not telling y'all please get out there and vote. At least get the experience and know the logistics behind it before you say you're not going to do it.
Right.
Just want to put that out there. So, yeah, I do feel like he was selected.
Right. What do you think about Mr. Trump right now? Because before you jump into it, to the people that's out there, I was once a registered Republican, but before I really got into the history of being a Lincolnist, then came to find out that Abraham Lincoln did one of the biggest mass lynchings ever. That kind of pissed me off. I like George Bush, the son, because I like the bill that he passed of No Child Left Behind. Meaning that a lot of kids, let's just say that if you was to fail that state test, in my time, if you failed the state test, you was getting left back.
Okay.
So right now, a lot of parents kind of opted out those tests at the time. So No Child Left Behind. I kind of like that, and I like that you added 3 dependents on for the tax year. But go ahead.
Shout out to y'all for doing the taxes. I think No Child Left Behind is bull.
Okay.
Because I have a 7-year-old son he's in elementary school. He's in a public school, and there are children, thousands of them left behind.
Right.
Every year. So I don't believe that did anything for
I tell my kids, I say, don't be poor little black boy. Don't be poor little black boy that gets socially promoted. And I put that in them. And I said, oh, they don't let master feel so sorry for you that he just passed you. And they be like, Dad, stop saying that. No. Don't say that to me, Dad. I said, I'm saying it to you.
Yeah.
Don't get socially
why you gotta sugarcoat it so
promoted.
Nice? I told my son, he was like, Mom, Miss So-and-so, I don't want to throw his teacher's name out there. Miss So-and-so, she believes in me. I said, listen, I don't care who believes in you.
Right.
She doesn't need to believe in you. You need to believe in you.
Right.
You.
Okay.
So
I self-ruled and master, right?
Yes.
Let's jump away from that right there. I want to go to the R&B because we got a few minutes
because this
left.
is Raspberry Radio.
This is Black Raspberry Radio.
Black Raspberry
Radio.
I stand corrected.
And you know what? Brother Mav says that you should excel when traumatized. I excel when traumatized because I was on drugs. And I said, while I'm here on these drugs, I'm going to write my story. That's and right. I sure did.
You did it.
So to my family members that's out there, my friends that really belittled me, y'all.
Hey,
I went past that. But I like to thank that special person. I ain't going to call you out. For bringing me around things, and I smelled a lot of things, so I got kind of immune to things too, like a vaccine.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about? You know what? Let's jump to vaccines. How do you feel about the vaccine? Should everybody get vaccine? Because I noticed that the HPV vaccine is given out to the kids now.
And because I'm not going to curse, I can't curse on his show.
No cursing,
the
please.
HPV, and this is Crystal Snow Jordan, repping S.STREET Media. The HPV vaccine is full of crap because I used to work for a gynecologist for 3 years back in 2009 when it came out. When it came out,
you said 2009.
Yeah, around that time.
I was around there in 1999 when I was working for the HIV department for the city.
Okay, so you guys are hearing educated perspectives. When it first came out into the office, it was only for women aged 26 to 30. Women only. How is it that this same vaccine is now for all children and it's so young?
Right.
Explain that. That's my.
Viruses have the tendency to mutate and grow and evolve just like man.
Yeah.
So maybe it evolved from the cervix wall because I remember that when women would come up with these abnormal paps.
Yeah.
It was always HPV. It was thrown in the mix. And it's crazy because I was at the Department of Health when they used to have those condoms that used to be with Minoxidil 9. And the Minoxidil 9 was breaking the uterus wall, the cervix wall. For some reason with those black women, I don't know, because it always comes down like let's destroy that black woman because she's the one that's reproducing and we must destroy it because the best way to destroy a race, you stop it from reproducing.
The reproduction.
Later for the gang bang and then drive-by shooting and
Unfortunately, our our cervixes are too strong women
Right.
out there. So what they're doing is they're taking our men from us and they're putting them in prison.
Yes,
So
and
they're doing it different
and
ways.
the new agenda,
Yeah.
that's like taking away the masculinely.
That
I don't know if I
that-
said that
You
word
did
right.
say it very yes, correct.
And because my last little stint at Brooklyn College, I had a class at Sex and Politics, and they asked me, "Would you allow your kids, my male babies, to put high heel shoes on?" I said, "At 21 years old, out of my home, you're gonna have the choice to do what you want to do, but as a child, you better go out there and go play that football. That's me." That's just my opinion.
Does that stand for little girls as well? They are to act as young ladies and not
They
boys.
sure should.
That's
Maybe you could get you a construction job, but know your place.
when you're like 5 years old. Like when you're young, you don't have the right to say who you're attracted to or what
No,
you
I
like.
don't, you don't have that right.
When do you get that right?
I think that you get that right about 13, 14.
Why that age?
Because you're more developed a bit.
And critical thinking?
I guess your hormones and everything is starting to kick in.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
That part of it.
Okay.
You're gonna put
We're not going to dig too deep
we're not
into
gonna
that
dig too-
because
we
we don't
gonna
want
go
no
to
smoke
R&B music.
tonight.
Right, we don't want to smoke tonight. This is the Black Raspberry Radio Show.
Black
So
Raspberry
could you
Radio.
tell me some of your favorite R&B artists? Because you mentioned Erykah Badu.
Yes, I love Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Floetry. I like.
Say yes. I like
Say
that
Yes,
song. I like
yeah.
that song. Right
I
there.
like her. That's her acronym, HER, with
Okay.
like dots in between each letter. She's
Right.
really cool.
Right.
Jenny Aiko, I'm probably pronouncing that
You know, it's
wrong.
crazy because you're mentioning R&B artists that I guess if I was to have it on
Oh,
Pandora,
Dwele. Dwele, I'm sorry.
never even heard of them neither.
Dwele?
No.
He's awesome.
Wow.
Oh man, you got 3 albums or 4 albums.
Get outta here.
Yeah.
I'm so stuck. Maybe in the 90s.
I don't know. That's not what it is. It's just that.
Good R&B is not good R&B. I mean, Tyrese is. Let me say this. There's a difference. Like, people would say, do I want Whitney Houston, rest in peace, baby,
Yes, yeah.
or
definitely.
Fantasia to sing at my funeral? I'm going with Fantasia.
Really?
Fantasia, the church singer, that hard soul.
Why not Whitney?
I didn't really like. Whitney was banned in my home.
Why? Because crack was whack.
No, this is before that even exploded. I even have a story behind, her cocaine use. But my mother got pissed that album, her first album, got album of the year twice. When Anita Baker came out with "Caught in the Rapture," Whitney Houston
You don't
album.
know why that happened? Whitney.
It should have happened. I don't care.
It shouldn't have happened, but Whitney had a lot. Can I?
You
she
can't
had
curse.
A lot no, I'm not going to curse. She had a lot of white fans.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course.
And
she
that was
wasn't
at the
gonna get
American
that.
Music Awards too. So yeah, you know what? Now that I think of it, you're right.
Yeah.
We were pissed. My mother was like, "Yo, take that album out of our circulation," and that's
Yeah.
what happened. I have a Whitney Houston album because we still got our crates of records. There is a Whitney Houston album buried. That first album buried to the side.
Well, since I watched the Bobby Brown movie, I just
Excellent. They did an excellent job. I want to give
Excellent
BET
job.
props.
Yeah, round of applause.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just
But it's one
recently
part.
watched
It's
it.
one part that I don't like. But speak, sister, because I'm gonna jump
I
into
just
that.
recently watched it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would have to agree with you. I would want Fantasia to sing for me as well.
At a
It's
funeral.
just not the music and the talent. Nowadays, especially people, we look at the character of the person.
Right.
Although Dame Dash says your work doesn't have, your attitude doesn't have to be good. Your work has to be good.
Right.
I agree with that on some levels.
Right.
But when it comes to certain things, it's all attached. The
Right.
energy is in your music.
Right. I'm not gonna go there with Bobby Brown.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I'm not gonna do that.
Shout out to Bobby Brown.
because it was a Suge Knight story behind that. But I'm gonna leave.
We'll get
that.
it later.
We get it at a later date. But like like you said, it's like a lot of the R&B now is so auto-tuned. It just got me so angered that
Yeah.
I'm not even checking for it. And it was like one day the Pandora was running. It was like, wow, there is
They're out there.
80s and 90s sounding R&B out there.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
I was surprised. I mean, I didn't even know these people names.
Do you like Foreign Exchange?
Who's that?
They're actually, if you like Little Brother, you would love them.
Okay.
A lot of their beats are from Foreign Exchange and Ninth Wonder.
Okay.
So check out Foreign Exchange. They're awesome.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many.
How far do you go back in rap?
That's a great question. I mean, I love my Run DMCs.
Right.
My
What's your greatest? Since that you're much younger than me.
not that.
What's
much.
your greatest Run DMC song?
What's the name? Down with the King.
Down with the King.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I mean,
one.
you know, mine's is the King of Rock.
Okay.
The King of Rock.
Okay.
That right there is just, you know.
Yeah. You know, yeah. My son, I taught him to chant that. Down with the King. So you know,
Right.
that's my favorite one. I go pretty far back, and I still go back. I'm a forever student of hip hop.
Okay.
It has such a long history.
Right. What do you say about how the way it was in the East, like in Mecca, like a religion?
Mm-hmm.
It went to the West,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it stayed in the South. I think that the South done had it so long
Yeah.
that it
You don't think it's coming back?
it'll never come back.
I
don't
disagree with you.
I don't think it'll come
Why
back.
do you think it'll never? come
Because the hip hop sample is no more. And if you want a sample, you got to pay. And hip hop is built off the hip hop sample. It's built off
Yeah.
the Parliament and the Funkadelic. It's built off James Brown and the JBs.
That's true.
And the Funky Drummer.
Yes.
It's built off that. And it's like now corporations done bleeped it up that
Yeah.
I want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? If you are the
So you
artist that
think
created the
South has
song,
taken over hip
the
hop?
South has taken over hip hop.
Absolutely not. I disagree.
If you name your top artists, where they from? I mean, I don't know these people, but all the music, you know why I say they rule it? It
Why?
all sounds the same. Even if it's coming out of New York, you sound like you down south. Even if you in the West
Have you
Coast,
listened to
other
Willie?
than Kendrick Lamar, he's the only hot.
All right. So have you heard Willie the Kid?
No.
Do you even know who that is?
No.
You should look him up. Shout out to you, Willie the Kid. Do you
Damn.
know I Am Pure? He's one of Raekwon's artists on Raekwon's label called H2O Records.
No.
Shout out to you, Raekwon.
Damn, I gotta catch up.
You got to catch up.
I
We're
mean,
gonna get him caught up. Beautiful people.
And such a shock that I'm stuck on Pandora Radio because I just punching Coogee Rap. I just punching Ice Cube,
Shout out to all of y'all pioneers.
Public Enemy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I tell you one of my greatest hip hop experience?
Let me hear it.
I seen Chuck D in my neighborhood, and Public Enemy was performing at Bessie Head Park in Brownsville, and I got a chance. Did you see Straight Outta Compton?
No, yes, I did.
Okay,
did.
I was getting
He
ready
was
to-
getting ready to get on me, y'all.
Yeah.
I did.
And I whispered in Chuck D's ear as I gave him the black man dap. I
Yes.
whispered in Chuck D's ear. And Chuck D, rest in peace to his dad, because his father name is Lorenzo too. Because he said, "What is your name?" I said, "Lorenzo." He said, "My dad is named Lorenzo." But as the dap, let me put that. As the black man dap happened, I whispered in his ear and said, "Thank you for Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted album." And Chuck D gave me the hip hop look. Like, it wasn't no words. It was the look. It was the look. Like he knows.
He knows us, yeah.
He knows.
How did you feel in that moment?
I felt I wanted to cry.
Oh,
That it was a spiritual moment. Like
yeah, that's dope.
it was spiritual.
That's really dope.
That the Bomb Squad, because
Yeah.
you know what? I just was looking at Lord Jamal, and he had Hank Shockley or Keith Shockley up there, and they was talking about when they did the Ice Cube album. That Ice Cube album was done out in Long Island. They just told Ice Cube go in the room for Ice Cube stayed out there for like 3 months and did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, sister?
Oh my goodness. Put me right on the
If you got the 5-year plan, where do you see yourself, sister?
I don't really believe in business plans. I think that's bull
Right.
because, you know, things always come up. But in 5 years, I see myself owning my own streaming platform.
Oh.
I also see myself being business partners with S.STREET Media,
Right.
the platform we're on right now.
Right.
Having several films
Right.
that I've executive produced
Wow.
in collaboration with you and
Wow.
Brother Math. And so,
Get
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, these are things, you know, you have to start working on these things now.
Right.
And
Have you written any screenplays, ma'am?
yes, they're almost done.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
have. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, you know, you have to understand that you're not going to bear the, you know, eat the fruit right away. You know, you're not going
Right.
to reap the benefits right away, and that's the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep, sister.
So it's very deep. It goes deeper than that, y'all.
Have you directed anything yet, or?
No, I also would like to be a director.
Right.
I will be
Okay.
a director. We're going to speak that. I will.
Speak it into existence,
Yes.
as they say. You know, I've directed a couple of. You know what?
Yeah?
I'm more of a documentary style shooter.
I love documentaries.
It's more of how has Brownsville made you the Negro you are today.
There he goes with that word again, y'all.
And we gotta wrap this up. We got 5 more minutes left. And sister, what you want to talk about? Keep on going, but you know, 'cause this is your first time
This is my first time, yeah.
on the Black Raspberry Show, and it's like you spoken very well. Excuse
Thank
me
you.
for stuttering a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to my man Sate.
Thank you very much. What do I want to say? I mean, thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I also want to say that we're working on a lot of different things with S.STREET Media. We have another event coming up December 19th,
Right.
Poetry and Piff Part 2.
Wow.
You know, the Flowetry session. It's going to be at the 5 spot, so make sure y'all make it out there. You know, and make sure you check out all the other shows we have going on.
Yes.
Also want a big shout out to you
Oh, wow,
for giving
thank
me
you.
this opportunity to come on here and speak. You know, it's really awesome of you, and I love the show. I hope I get invited
You know,
back.
all praise is due to the black woman.
Yeah.
You know, and you are of a color of the first to be erected from the dirt of the planet. So,
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
because all the nations come from the black woman.
Yes, that's right. Y'all hear that, woman? Y'all pull up to the table. Y'all always saying y'all don't. They always talk. He's speaking nicely about us. Pull up.
I just want to close it out in words. Well, tonight's music we have.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah, I have some good stuff.
I know you do.
I done forgot
Black Raspberry Radio.
Black Raspberry Radio because we focus on the
Yeah.
R&B
Yes,
and
we
the
do.
1970s.
Yeah.
But we have I don't want to say Marvin Gaye because we did, you know what, we did Marvin Gaye when we opened up.
We did. That was
we
great.
got Isaac Hayes in there. Who else I got in there? We got the OJs in there.
Nice.
Money. No,
Ooh.
Backstabbers. That's the
Oh.
one I got there.
Oh,
because there's a lot of
that's great
backstabbing.
time for that one right now.
A lot of backstabbing going on. Who
There's
else
a
I got
lot
up
of
in there,
there's a lot
man?
of front stabbing going on.
I have Donny Hathaway because Donny Hathaway did the What's Going On Over. He was a very, very talented man. Rest
didn't
in
know
peace,
that.
Donny Hathaway.
Yeah,
You
God
know,
bless the
he
dead.
killed himself. You know, rest in peace. Who else I got in there, man?
We got some more good stuff in there. We have some great treats for you guys.
You know what it is? It's a lot of Marvin Gaye because I went to the Trouble Man soundtrack. I did the Trouble Man soundtrack and I did the What's Going On soundtrack.
Don't mess with Mr. T. Main theme for Trouble Man in the City.
That's great.
What's going on?
I wonder if that's why T.I. uses that name. Trouble Band.
Yeah, Trouble Man. Did you see Trouble Man, sister?
Oh Lord, I didn't see that. I didn't even know that was a movie that existed.
It was done
It's bad, y'all.
1974
I gotta come
now.
back on point.
Yes. You know, so
Is it a movie about Marvin Gaye's life?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Marvin Gaye
that
just
was
did the
my
soundtrack,
bad
sister.
educated guess.
Did you see Black Caesar?
I did not.
Ma'am, it's some black cinema, ma'am.
It's a lot. I got
That you have to see.
So we are even. You have to catch up on the music, and I got to
You
catch
right.
up on the cinema.
You absolutely right, sister.
So we are
Soldier.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like the songs that you're gonna hear by Marvin Gaye, it was done during the period where Marvin Gaye was heavily induced into cocaine, and it's crazy that Marvin Gaye came out and produced his best work. It was from the What's Going On to Let's Get It On to the Trouble Man to the I Want You album. These 4 albums my mother used to have in heavy rotation. This is the 1970s, people.
Hello.
You know what was going on.
Getting high.
Yeah. You know, until some. You know what? Before I go, I've been speaking to my son about snowfall, and he said, "Dad, what was the horrible effects of crack cocaine?" I said, "It was good, it was bad, and it was ugly." And in closing, what was the good? The good was the lifestyle, the clothes, the women, the big cars, the big Cadillacs. The good, the bad, the shootings, the drive-bys, and the jail bid, and the ugly, the transmission of the HIV virus, which hits the black woman worse than anybody else on the planet.
Yes, it does.
So I want to say peace,
Love,
and soul.
and soul.
We out.
We out.